Open Fermenting. Moonshine Life Group. My name is JB Wagonmaker. I've been open fermenting for 20 plus years. Open fermentation is a traditional method used in the production of various alcoholic beverages, including moonshine. This process allows the mash, which is a mixture of water, sugar, grains, and other ingredients, to ferment in an open environment, typically in a large container that is not completely sealed. The goal is to convert the sugars in the mash into alcohol through the action of yeast. The basics of open fermentation. Open fermentation begins with the preparation of the mash. The ingredients are mixed and heated to activate the enzymes that break down the starches into fermentable sugars. Once the mash has cooled to the appropriate temperature, yeast is added. The yeast is the workhorse of fermentation. It consumes the sugars and produces alcohol and carbon dioxide as byproducts. Unlike closed fermentation systems, where the fermenting mash is sealed off from the environment, open fermentation allows the mash to interact with the ambient air. This exposure can introduce wild yeasts and bacteria, which can contribute to the complexity of the flavors. However, it also poses a risk of contamination, so cleanliness and monitoring are crucial. Advantages of open fermentation. One of the main advantages of open fermentation is the development of complex flavor profiles. The interaction with the environment can lead to unique and desirable characteristics in the final product. Additionally, open fermentation vessels are typically easier to clean and maintain than closed systems. Challenges and considerations. The biggest challenge with open fermentation is the risk of contamination. Unwanted microorganisms can spoil the mash and ruin the batch. To mitigate this risk, it's essential to maintain a clean environment and monitor the fermentation process closely. Another consideration is the role of oxygen. While yeast requires oxygen for growth, too much exposure during the later stages of fermentation can lead to oxidation, which can negatively affect the taste and stability of the final product. Open fermentation is an art that requires patience, attention to detail, and a willingness to embrace the unpredictability of the process. For moonshine makers, it offers a connection to traditional methods and the potential for creating a truly unique spirit. Remember, the key to successful open fermentation is balancing the benefits of environmental exposure with the risks of contamination. With careful management and a bit of luck, open fermentation can yield a moonshine with depth and character that is hard to replicate with modern, closed systems. Cheers! Moonshine Life Recipes Group.